Hello, everyone out there in Rumble, X, and YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego, and today we're going to continue to talk about Swingers. That's right, Swingers from 1996, the great, wonderful guy flick, okay, that deals with men and dating and the trials and tribulations that men have, the camaraderie that we have with each other, okay, and how we handle our own emotional issues, okay, for good or bad. Okay, this is the kind of, I would say this is the type of movie that if you grew up without a father figure, if you're a boy and you grew up without a father figure, you need to watch this movie. Because a lot of the advice given in this movie is priceless, and it's so integral to being not just a man, a good man, but a good human being. Okay, these are the stuff that your dad should have probably taught you. Okay, about how to deal with the troubles of life. How do you deal with it in a very masculine way? Because despite what Hollywood and the media is going to tell you, okay, there's nothing wrong with masculinity. Okay, that's like saying there's something wrong with femininity. There's nothing wrong with these things. Okay, these are good things. All right, I don't want to live in a world where women act like men. Okay, and I sure as fuck don't want to act like a woman. Okay, because that's not who I am. And I think most of us are not like that. Most of us men are not like that. Okay, but we feel all this pressure from society that tells you that in order to be a real man, you have to act like a woman. I mean, look at Harry Styles. Okay, that fucker's wearing dresses and shit to places. Okay, Tom Holland. Okay, what's his name? All those damn celebrities, those men that are dressing like women now. Okay, it's ridiculous. It's freaking ridiculous. Okay, and they're doing that, okay, because that's what's being pushed. Okay, that's what's being pushed. Men need to embrace their feminine side. Okay, Timothy Chalamet. There's another one. These are all guys that are wearing fucking dresses and makeup. Okay, Ezra Miller. Okay, I mean, what the fuck, man? It's ridiculous. All right, it's ridiculous. Okay, John Cena even. I mean, it's ridiculous. John Cena even fucking dressed like a goddamn like fucking Britney Spears in her fucking hit me with it one more time. I mean, what the fuck, man? This is getting fucking out of control. And these are supposed to be our role models? You out of your fucking mind? And then you got all these women that are being celebrated for being fucking ugly. These Megan Rapinoes of the world. You're like, what the fuck, man? Why can't a girl just fucking look good anymore? Why does she gotta prove that she's a boss bitch and she's fucking got a bigger dick than a man? Like, come on, get out of here with this crap. I'm sick and tired of it, okay? But it didn't always used to be that way. And this movie kind of is like is a trip down memory lane, okay? It embraces the social norms for men and women, okay? I mean, the whole movie is about a guy, Mike Peters, played by Jon Favreau, who's just trying to get over a breakup that happened 6.5 months ago, but he's still not over it and he can't move on with his life. Okay, and he needs people to not to enable him to keep him depressed, okay, like they've been doing, but to get him out of his funk. Dude, man, you gotta get laid. Okay, there's more than one woman in this fucking world. I know you don't want to believe that. I know your single mom didn't teach you that. I know that no fucking rom-com, no chick flick ever talks about that. Okay, but the truth is there really is more than one girl out there. Okay, there really is. I know it's hard to believe, right? Because in all these goddamn romance movies, there's only one woman in the whole fucking world. Okay, but it's actually not true. Okay, and let me tell you something. Okay, and I talk from experience here. All right, the best way to get over someone is to get under someone. Okay, even I'm not saying fall in love immediately. No. I'm saying, like, dude, you need that part of you needs to be satisfied. Okay, once you've calmed down that lion, okay, you can start thinking clearly. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, you can really start thinking about what you want next time around, what you want to do, what you're looking for, what you won't settle for. You see what I mean? What are your standards? Because let me tell you something, dude. If you're trying to live your life for someone else's standards, you're gonna live a shitty fucking life. Okay, because guess what? I know no one ever talks about this, but men, our needs need to get met too. Our needs need to get met too. No chick flick ever talks about that or cares about what the fuck the men are going through. Okay, it's all about what the women want. how the woman's needs are not being met, how you have to do everything for the woman. I'm just fucking sick and tired of hearing that fucking bullshit. But listening to that crap my whole fucking life. Okay? You think these fucking feminist shit is a new thing? They've been fucking pulling this shit since the fucking over 50 years now. Christ's sake, All in the Family, fucking Mary Tyler Moore Show, everything, Punky Brewster, Different Strokes, Growing Pains, pretty much every fucking Family Tie, every fucking show I watched growing up, Silver Spoons even, every fucking one dealt with fucking feminism and how women are just as good, if not better than man. Okay, get the fuck out of here. When is anyone gonna give a shit about our problems? When's everyone gonna give a shit about what we're going through? You see what I mean? Movies don't do that. Okay, this isn't some fucking, they're not fighting, no one's fighting terrorists here. Okay, there's no hostages. There's no aliens invading. Okay, there's no monsters attacking the city. Okay, this is just a fucking guy trying to fucking, get his mojo so he can fucking, get over a girl and move on with his fucking life. But it's done in a very funny way. He's the butt. Mike Peters, Jon Favreau's character, is the butt of every joke. I think it's very endearing because we all know what it's like to be embarrassed, in front of a woman. We all know what it's like to say the wrong thing. We know what it's like to make a joke and nobody laugh. Okay, we know what it's like to try to hit on a girl and she's just not impressed. Okay, we all know what that's like. Okay, this movie shows it, all right? This is just very realistic. These rom-coms and these other fucking romance movies tend to portray the man as a fucking guy who just goes through women because he won't grow up. Most guys can't go through women. Not because they don't want to, it's because they can't. You see what I mean? And no one ever talks about that. Okay, because these fucking chick shows, like fucking Sex and the City and stuff, all they talk about, all they ever deal with is that 1% of the men out there. The nuclear physicists, the CEOs of the corporations, that they fucking happen to just bump into at the fucking McDonald's, and these guys immediately fall in love with a fucking 45-year-old, no tits, saggy ass, cellulite, ugly, crow's feet faced fucking middle-aged women who think they're all boss bitches. Get the fuck, that's not realistic. It's not fucking realistic. No, okay? I know I just burst your bubble, but it's true. Okay, this movie is more realistic. This is more like, what it's like. What it's like to be a guy dating. A young guy in his 20s, he's trying to make it as an actor. All of his friends are actors or struggling actors. They're all trying to make it in the business, and it's hard to get a date in LA, despite that it's the mecca of all the best looking women in the world. Okay, despite that, these women don't want the average guy. Mike Peters is not, exceptionally good looking or anything like that. He's average looking. He's got rugged features. He's got a dad bod. Although I will say this, he's got some fucking shoulders on him because he's in a tank top in the last scene. He's been fucking doing the fucking shoulder presses, all right? So kudos to you, man. You've been doing the shoulder presses, all right? Okay, but, you got to diet down. Anyway, so like I said, he's not classically handsome, okay, like his friend Trent is, okay? He doesn't have an ease with women the way his friend Trent does, okay? So you kind of feel sorry for him. This isn't some fucking stud, okay? That's just gonna fucking fuck over every girl that falls in love with him. It's not who he is at all, okay? Any girl that he gets with, more likely she's gonna fuck him over, okay? So you kind of feel sorry for this guy, and so you want him to succeed. You want him to get that hot girl. You want him to fucking get over this fucking bitch in New York that we've never even met. We just keep hearing about her all the fucking time in this movie, okay? Because he will not fucking shut up about her, okay? Anyway, so the last scene that we talked about here, Mikey became a phone kamikaze, man. He just fucking kept fucking dialing this chick that he met. He got her number. He's all excited. He's happy. His friends are all fucking giving him high fives. They're praising, "You're so money, man. You got the digits, I mean, they had to bolster his esteem before he could go up to her, But, hey, he succeeded. He got the digits, okay? Now, what I would do in this situation after I gotten some digits, okay, I would wait a couple of days and then I'd call her. "Hey, how you doing? Remember me?" But that's how I always did it, okay? Okay, they make jokes in this movie about how, like they wait 6 days. Trent and Sue, yes, the guy named Sue in this movie, they wait 6 days before they call a girl. Like, that's ridiculous. Okay, I'm never going to do that. All right, I think they just played that as a joke. But Mikey does neither one of these things. Okay, what Mikey decides to do is as soon as he gets home at 2:30 in the morning, he checks his messages. Okay, his ex-girlfriend Michelle, who he knows is fucking another guy back in New York, okay, has not left him any messages. saying that she wants him to come back or anything like that, or they want to get back together. Nothing like that. So that's what he's all torn up about. So because she did not leave him any messages, he decides to call Nikki, the girl he met that night, a few hours ago, no less. All right? And he blows up her phone. He blows up her answer machine. He says all this fucking stupid stuff. He basically goes through a whole, like, let's start dating, to it's not working out, you and me, I need more time, it's not you, it's me. Like the whole, he went straight from the fucking meeting the girl, getting her number, to the fucking breakup. Okay, over the course of 6 fucking phone calls, right? It's ridiculous, it's pathetic, but it's funny as hell. It's funny as hell. So we know he fucked up that, okay? And Sue told him, you're gonna fuck it up. Okay, you got so you got some chick's number. Whoopie fucking do, you're just gonna fuck it up. He said that earlier in the movie. Even Trent told her, listen, if you wait too long, or if you don't call her at the right time, if you wait too long or you do it too soon, you're gonna fuck up a good thing you could have had with a hot girl who's ready to party. He even told him that. But of course he fucked it up because Mikey has no game. He has no fucking game. He doesn't know how to talk to girls. He's not a ladies' man. All right? He's very uncomfortable meeting a hot girl and knowing what to say to her and stuff like that. And we've all been there. Most of us guys have been there. Okay, at least at one time in our life, So we can relate. We can understand. We can sympathize with his plight. Okay. So we already seen him fuck that up with the girl Nikki. She told him, "Don't ever fucking call me again." So now he's depressed. Okay. So it's the next day. Oh, it's 2 days later. Sorry, it's 2 days later now. And Trent leaves a message on Mike's answer machine, inviting him out to a bar. Okay, they're gonna go clubbing again because that's what they always do. Okay, it's Sinatra night at the Lava Lounge. Okay, and then it's swing night at some other bar. So he's inviting Mikey out. Hey, we're gonna go out partying, we're gonna go drinking and picking up girls. It's Sinatra night, blah blah. Mikey's in no situation to do that. He's even worse off than he was before. Okay, Mike, of course, is sitting on his fucking fat ass on the floor with a blanket around him, reading old love letters from him and fucking Michelle, looking at old pictures of them together, happy. They're in the mountains, they're skiing, they're on a boat. She's got her arms wrapped around him. They're smiling at the camera. They look so happy and in love. We finally get to see what Michelle looks like, okay? She's kind of a chunky blonde, okay? Pretty face, though, I'll give her that, So now we can put a face to the name that he's been dropping the whole fucking movie, okay? He's crying about it. There's a big crack on his wall, which is to symbolize the crack inside of him, okay? The emotional crack inside of him, okay? Earlier in the movie, Trent said something to him like, hey, dude, you're gonna, remember that time that you were all depressed, okay? And I caught you sitting on the floor drinking orange juice, all fucking depressed and shit and suicidal, Well, now he's doing that, okay? So Trent called it earlier in the movie, all right? He's sitting there on his fat ass in his shitty apartment, reading old love letters from Michelle and looking at old pictures, okay? Well, Rob calls and says, hey, buzz me in, I'm downstairs. So he buzzes in Rob. Rob is played by Ron Livingston. Ron Livingston is also an actor, out-of-work actor, just like Mikey. Okay, they were friends in New York, and Mikey moved to LA first, and then Rob followed him soon after. Okay, so Rob and Mike are good friends. They've been friends for a long time. They're both from New York. Okay, so despite the fact that Mikey always hangs out with Trent, he's a closer friend to Rob. Okay, Rob is played by Ron Livingston. You know him. He was in Office Space. Okay, he's been in a lot of things. He's on some TV show now I don't fucking know. You probably remember from Office Space. He was also in Band of Brothers. That's the World War II miniseries that HBO made with Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks. He was in that too. He played one of the main characters in that. He's also Jack Berger on Sex and the City, if you remember that. Okay, and of course, recently last year he was in The Flash. Yeah, The Flash with Ezra Miller. He played Ezra Miller's Flash's dad. One that was in prison. Yeah, he played fucking the Flash's dad in the Flash movie, which grossed about fucking 55 cents. Okay, yeah, that movie. Yeah, what a waste of Michael Keaton, man. God damn. Anyway, so yeah, he was in that piece of shit. Okay, anyway, so he's young here. Okay, he shows up, and of course, what does he have? He's got orange juice for Mikey. So Mikey grabs the orange juice and starts sipping it, okay? Like the fucking depressed, fucking piece of shit that he is. And I'm saying this out of love. I really am. I know what it's like to feel this way. I know what it's like, okay? But someone like Mikey, I've been like that myself before at times. I understand. I sympathize. I get it. I know what he's going through. Like I said, I've been there myself. But God damn it, what you need in this situation is a good fucking kick in the ass. Find your goddamn nuts and get the fuck up and quit being a fucking bitch. Okay, that's what he needs. He needs a fucking drill instructor to kick him in the fucking ass. All right? And quit being a fucking pussy. As Anthony Quinn said in fucking Jungle Fever, what the fuck are you crying about? A fucking skirt? And he's been crying the whole fucking movie about this girl, this phantom girl that we've never met, just heard about. And now we get to see her picture. What the fuck, man? Anyway, so like I said, so Rob shows up, gives him the orange juice, okay? And he pulls up a chair. And he sits on the chair across from Mikey, who's sitting on the floor. Okay, and Rob says like, okay, well, Mikey, now I got my own LA story, okay? And what he's talking about is 2 nights ago when they went out, when Rob went out with them, one of the guys with him, Sue, yes, the guy named Sue, he had a pistol in his pants, okay? And he pulled it on a bunch of guys that were threatening to fight them. They got into an altercation in the parking lot. Sue pulled out his pistol. The guys got in their car and ran away, drove away. So they gave the Sue shit for having a gun in the first place, okay? And it kind of freaked out Rob, who had never hung out with these group of guys before, and Charlie as well. So they immediately bailed once they saw that, okay? And so Rob says, okay, I told everyone back in New York that now I got my own LA gun story. I told them all that it was an Uzi. And like I said, Mike is just sitting there, unshaven, just looking like a sad sack of shit, okay? Just looking like a sad sack of shit is the best way to describe him, okay? And he's just sitting there, okay? And Rob's like, hey, you know what, Mike? It's been 2 days. You should call that Nikki chick. Mike's just like, like, okay. Obviously, he did not tell anyone that he fucking fucked that up majorly, okay? By calling her over and over again. He totally ruined any chance of getting with Nikki, okay? He fucked that up himself, okay? Because of his own insecurities, all right? Of course, he didn't tell Rob that. He didn't tell any of the guys because he's fucking embarrassed, okay? But it is funny for him to mention that because we already know, the audience, we already know what happened with that, all right? So Mike tells Rob that he wants to move back to New York. Okay, he's thinking about moving back to New York. He's thinking about just quitting because he's a quitter. Like I said, he has no self-esteem. He has no fortitude. He has no willpower. Okay, this guy just rolls. Okay, whichever way the wind is blowing, he's going to go that way. Okay, he has no backbone. Okay, no backbone at all. It's too hard. Life is too fucking hard. So he's just going to cry and give up. All right, that's something a pussy does. Okay, and Mikey is a pussy. All right, and Rob says like, okay, well, why do you want to move back? I mean, you're really doing well out here. Okay, and Mikey says like, no, I'm not. Okay, well, how am I doing well? Okay, I host an open mic once a week. Okay, I played a fucking bus driver in a fucking movie. Whoopie-doo. Okay, I got an agent that specializes in magicians. How the fuck am I doing well? And Rob, who's clearly been in this fucking self-pity situation with Mikey before, is like, well, Mikey, dude, you didn't get turned down as Goofy for Disneyland, okay? I did. All right, and he's been crying too. Rob's been crying about fucking the only job he's gotten since he moved to LA was as fucking Goofy at Disneyland. And now he's admitting that he fucking didn't get picked for the role. They wanted to go with some other guy who had more fucking theme park experience, all right? He's like, man, I would have killed for that job as Goofy. No, you wouldn't have. No, you wouldn't have, Rob. Okay, all you did was fucking cry about it, just like all Mikey did in this movie was cry about Michelle. So Rob's like, look, man, you and Michelle, this whole breakup thing, dude, it's all about how you look at it. Okay, you're telling me that your life sucks? That your life sucks, and that must mean that my life is fucking god-awful. Okay? Now I moved out here to LA because I saw how well things are going for you. And I figured that if it could go good for you, it could go good for me. Okay? I mean, you got an agent. You're in the fucking unions. You're in SAG. The problem, Mikey, is you don't look at the things that you have. This is true. This is the kind of shit. This is the kind of rhetoric that Mikey needs to hear to get off his fucking fat ass and do something with his life. You would rather dwell on what you don't have, Mikey. Now those guys, man, they're right about you. You are money. You're so money. Then why won't she call? Yeah, that's what Mikey has said. Why won't she call? Now, I know Jon Favreau wrote the next bit of dialogue here, and he really should have won an Academy Award. This is some good shit here. This is the kind of shit that I would give any guy that I know. I probably have in the past, but any guy that I know that's going through a similar thing, I'd give him a speech just like the one Rob's about to give him, okay? Because it's so fucking true, and there's so many guys out there need to hear it, okay? So guys, if you're watching, you're going through the same thing. You're crying over a girl. You're crying over a breakup that happened 6 months, a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. If you're like the fucking dad from fucking Pretty in Pink, okay, Molly Ringwald's dad who was crying over the fucking his wife that left him like fucking 10 years ago. You know, if you're one of those guys, you need to hear this shit, all right? Rob tells him, okay, you know, he says like, okay, look, Mikey, the reason she won't call you is because you left. Now, she's got her own life to deal with, and that life is back in New York. Okay? Now, she's a sweet girl, and I love her to death. But you know what? Fuck her. Fuck her. You got to get over her, man. You got to get on with your life. Let go of the past. And when you do, I'm fucking telling you, life is fucking beautiful. I almost cried just saying that. This is how you get through to men. Not nagging at them, not yelling at them, not criticizing them. This is how you get through to men. Straight and direct and right to the fucking point. And I'm still shocked that Rob, who, like I said, has been a depressed, sad sack of shit, just like Mikey has been throughout the whole movie, how all of a sudden he became a fucking motivational speaker. Like, what the fuck? How did this happen? You know? And that says something about his character. I mean, he's just as depressed and has low self-esteem just as much as Mikey, but at this point, he's not thinking about himself. He's actually got it worse than Mikey. You know, like you said, you know, Mikey's in SAG. Mikey's got an agent. Okay? Rob doesn't have these things. He's trying to get these things. Yet Mikey's more depressed about his life. So what does a good friend do? He tries to get his friend out of a depression. And he's telling him the truth. He's telling him the shit that he needs to hear. And he's telling him the way a man would tell another man. Get the fuck off your ass and quit being a fucking bitch. You know? So Rob tells him, hey, look, Mikey, look out the window, man. Look out there, man. It's sunny. It's sunny every day here. It's like manifest destiny. So don't tell me we didn't make it. We fucking made it. We're here. Everything in our past was prologue to this. All that shit that didn't kill us only made us okay, well, you get the point. Even he stops himself from that Nietzsche quote, all right? Look, Mikey, you're gonna get over her. Well, how long does it take? And Rob tells him. Rob's the hero in this fucking story, man. More so than Trent. Although Trent's more flashier, okay, and more has more charisma. Rob is clearly the hero of this story, this movie. And Rob says, "Look, Mikey," and now he's not yelling at him this time. He's just talking to him, you know, very, very emphatically. He's like, "Look, man. Sometimes it still hurts. Sometimes it still hurts. But you know, you just wake up every day, and every day it just hurts a little bit less than it did the day before. And then one day it just doesn't hurt anymore. And the weird thing about it is sometimes is that you miss the pain. You miss the pain? Yes, sometimes you miss that pain. Why do you miss the pain? It's for the same reason you still miss her. Because you lived with it for so long. And Mikey's like, he's eating food now. And he's like, and Mikey gets up. He gets up off his fucking ass. Literally and metaphorically. He gets up, he eats some food. He's like, all right, let's go. Come on. Let's get ready to go out. So it worked. You see, sometimes in life, this is the way you've got to talk to men. Now, I've tried this with women. It does not fucking work. Men do not talk to women this way, okay? They will not take it. Okay, they will not take it, all right? You talk to men this way. You don't talk to women this way. You have to talk to women a completely different way, all right? But for a guy, this is the kind of shit that they need to hear. Okay? This is the kind of shit that they need to hear. Okay? I can't tell you how many times these words from this movie helped me out in my own relationships. You know? There's no fucking guidebook for dating for men, okay? There really isn't. Okay? Because you know, when you're dating, okay, you're investing not just your mind, your time, your body into someone else, but you're also investing your feelings. Okay, and there's books on how to handle things and how to look and what to say. There's no books on how to feel, how you're supposed to feel. You know, this doesn't respond. This doesn't respond to logic. This does. This doesn't. So learning how to speak that language, you know, getting through in that way is one of the great tricks of the world to do, because this is the language you got to speak when it comes to your feelings. Okay? And for a lot of guys, they start feeling all this stuff. They don't know what to do about it. They don't know how to handle it. You need someone to come in there and cut through all that fucking noise and go right to the heart of the problem. The heart of the problem for Mikey is that he's ungrateful. He's full of self-pity, which is selfish. He's always crying about his own problems. He doesn't look at how great things are. He doesn't look at how good he is. He's got all the most loyal friends in the whole fucking world. I wish I had friends like this guy has. I wish I had friends like that. Okay? Because guys like that aren't, like I said, most alpha males are not going to hang out with a Mikey. They're not going to hang out with a guy like that. They'll make fun of him. They'll ridicule him. They'll fuck his girlfriend and laugh about it. They won't hang out with him. They won't try to help him get laid. They won't bolster his self-esteem. They won't do any of those things. Okay? For Mikey to have that, very few men have that. Okay? He's very lucky. He's a lot luckier than he even realizes. Okay, his sticking point is he can't over this girl. This fan. She's not even his girlfriend anymore. She's a phantom that he created in his imagination that he can't let go of. That's on him. He's the only one that can do something about it. Okay, he's got to go out there. He's got to fucking start dating. He's got to. Okay, the fact that he's crying over this one girl means he's not dating anyone. There's no one else to fill that place in his heart, that place in his soul. Because Mikey's not a player. He wants love. He wants the brass ring. He wants the whole thing. He wants the romance. He wants the love, the commitment, the monogamy. You know, he wants all that. Okay, but he's not going to get that if he keeps crying over a girl that already moved on. And the truth is that he left her. He's the one that left her to make it as an actor. You know, it's the price he had to pay to follow his dreams. He had to give up his girlfriend. But, you know, I mean, everything comes with a price. And the price he's going to have to pay to get over her is, you know, to risk getting hurt again and go out there. Just quit feeling sorry for himself. Because he's all sad and depressed because he doesn't like the way he's acting. Deep down inside, he does not like what he's doing. He doesn't like himself. He doesn't like this version of himself that he's been for this whole movie. He can't stand it. That's the real problem. He needs to do something about it. Thank God he's got a good friend like Rob. Thank God he's got a good friend like Rob that gives a shit about him and wants him to get better and tells him the things that he needs to hear. And quit fucking feeling sorry for himself. Okay? Quit crying about these things that you have no control over anymore. You know, he came to LA with a mission. Okay? He's forgotten that. Okay? He's so fucking focused on the past. He didn't come to LA to stay with Michelle. He came to LA to make it as an actor. Okay, your eyes are in front of your face for a reason. They're not behind you. He keeps looking back. I know it's difficult. I know it's hard. We all, change is always hard. That's why they call it growing pains. Okay? But it's a part of life. It's something you have to accept. How you deal with it is going to determine how your life goes. That's the truth. It's the honest God truth. All right, I'm going to stop my review right here, but I'll be back shortly to continue my review of Swingers. I thank you very much for watching this long, and I'll see you soon on the next one. Bye.